This week, we talk about what's going on in that new Venom The Last Dance trailer. We talk about some Spider-Man 4 and MCU updates. And we get real excited about the new Star Wars Acolyte series. Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse. Warning.
Red alert.
Ay, 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 ay!
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger!
That's the emergency alert.
This episode is full of spoilers for some of the latest and greatest nerdy movies and shows.
Spoilers.
Listener discretion is advised. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse podcast. I'm Billy Taylor.
And I'm Taylor Oxner.
And this week, we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. But before we jump into that, Taylor, what have you been nerding out about, man?
I have started playing Final Fantasy 15, and it's been a lot of fun so far. I've just literally just started it, but yeah, I just never played this one, and so I'm gonna try to beat it.
Nice. That one looks crazy.
It is.
The graphics are awesome.
Oh yeah, the cutscenes are movie quality. It's so weird.
Well, for me, I'm nerding out and kind of an old man thing. So it's June, that means it's my birthday month. And in my email, I'm starting to get all those birthday month coupons for some free food and free popcorn and drinks at the movies and all kinds of cool stuff that you only get when it's around your birthday. And along with that, my family and I, the next thing we decided to kind of binge and catch up on was the more recent Planet of the Apes reboot movies that came out, I think around 2011 is when they started coming out, with James Franco and Andy Serkis playing Caesar the Ape.
Yeah.
And we watched the first one last night, and tonight we're going to watch the next one, and then the next night we're going to watch the next one, and that should catch us up to go see the new one at the movie theater. So, got to pull out that free popcorn birthday coupon and go watch some apes at the theater.
That's awesome. Those movies, it took me a while to actually watch those. And then when I did, I loved them.
Yeah. A lot of times
They're-
reboots are hit or miss, but I'm kind of a fan of these ones.
Yeah, especially Woody Harrelson's character in the third one.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, and it's so good.
I wonder if at some point, and maybe it's addressed in the new one, maybe not, maybe it'll be way down the road, because I think I read that they have a lot of plans for a lot of these movies. But in the first one, it's a blink and you'll miss it thing. If you call back to the old ones from the 70s, I think the 70s, right? Maybe the 80s. The premise is these astronauts go into space, they crash back down, and he thinks he's in a parallel dimension or something like that, but it comes to find out somehow he was in a time rift, and it's hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of years in Earth's future. Well, at the very, very end of the first one that we watched last night, there's a scene on the news, and it's astronauts headed out to their mission to Mars, and a couple scenes later, it said something about astronauts shuttle missing, and that's it. It addresses it for all of 10 seconds each. And I don't think I ever caught that the first time I saw that movie. And I just think that's kind of cool. And I wonder if they'll play off of that at some point in a future movie.
Oh, yeah, that is really neat. So it's these movies take place in the same universe as those movies.
Something, yeah. And I just couldn't believe I never noticed that the first time around. But I feel like what I read was they're planning on making 8 or 9 of these movies. And that would be interesting if they do address that at some point.
That would be cool.
These dang dirty apes. It's funny, I forgot how much I really, really hate Thomas Felton, Draco Malfoy in this first movie. He is a jerk.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
When he gets bashed by one of the apes, it's really satisfying. But hey, let's kind of jump into some of this news. As of us recording this, we just very recently got the trailer for Venom: The Last Dance. What'd you think about that?
I don't know how I think about that. Nothing was recognizable villain-wise. It just didn't, I don't know. I can't tell you what I didn't like about it, but it was okay. I want to go see it. The
Yeah.
Venom horse thing was cool, but I don't really understand where they're going with it. If they are, it's Final Dance, so it's the last one
Yeah.
with this version of Venom, maybe.
Yeah. The Venom horse was pretty cool.
It was. I'm just so confused by it, especially because I didn't even know it was happening.
Yeah, they have done hardly any discussion about this movie at all, and then suddenly, boom, here's a trailer.
Yeah, it's interesting to me. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I thought was cool, or a couple things, I guess, the bartender looked to be a variant of the bartender from, the MCU Tom Holland Spider-Verse. It was the same actor, he just had long hair and he looked different. They were purposely making him look different, and I thought that was kind of interesting. But the other crazy thing was Rhys Ifans, he played the Lizard in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, and that actor was in a scene in this trailer. So is it a coincidence? Is he playing something else? Are we going to get some Lizard action? That was kind of crazy to me too.
Oh yeah, they look like those monsters from the first scene in Guardians 2.
Yeah, you're right. I can see that.
So like I was just kind of like, oh okay, I don't understand why that would be like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a choice.
Why don't we just go with a very known character or something like that? I just don't understand it. I guess maybe I'll see the movie and it'll make more sense.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was just a bunch of like moving pictures and,
Yeah.
clips from action scenes.
Yeah. What if seeing the venomized horse was kind of a foreshadow that maybe some of the symbiote goo landed on Earth and just attached to some random, reptiles and whatever else, and that's kind of what we're seeing?
Yeah, but like,
But why?
why? Yeah, like, why? It just doesn't, I don't know. I just feel like you could do something better
Yeah.
if that's the case. But like I said, I haven't seen it. Maybe by the time I see it, I'll be like, oh, okay, it makes sense now.
Yeah.
But that trailer, like, alone, I do want to see it. I just don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Speaking of Venom, over in the MCU, there's a big rumor right now that we've already talked a little bit last week about how it sounds like we're going to be seeing the black suit Spidey and eventually Venom in Spider-Man 4 in the MCU movies. But the big rumor right now floating around is that the actor Alan Ritchson from Reacher and Titans and Smallville and all kinds of other things, it sounds like he is who's in the running to play Eddie Brock in this movie, in the MCU.
Okay.
That's a big dude.
Yeah, that is a big dude.
It'll be interesting to see him jacked up as Venom if those rumors turn out to be true.
Yeah.
Titans. The other big thing floating around right now is that Sydney Sweeney will also show up in that movie and play the Black Cat. And the final Spider-Verse rumor is that, again, in this Spider-Man 4 Tom Holland movie, supposedly Michael Keaton will show back up again as the Vulture. And yeah, it sounds like there's going to be a lot going on in this movie.
Yeah, maybe this movie like kind of ties up things for this part of that big part of the Sony universe.
Yeah, that would be good.
That would be good. Are we still getting the Craven movie?
Yeah, the last I heard about it was it's been pushed back to December. So if they don't push it back again, supposedly we're getting that movie this December.
Huh. Okay.
But yeah, I wonder, if you take the amazing big three, Morbius, Madam Web, and Craven, I wonder which one's going to wind up being the worst. Probably Madam Web.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
Well, elsewhere in the MCU, we got our first glimpse of Giancarlo Esposito on some images that were put out from the new Captain America Brave New World movie. Did you happen to see those pictures?
I saw pictures. It was promotional picture stuff.
Yeah. There's one picture that I saw, and it's on set, and he's wearing a very Nick Fury looking costume, but strapped to his chest is a bunch of knives like an assassin, and that's it. There's no context, except it's an official picture from the set of the new Captain America movie. So I wonder who the heck he's going to be playing.
Interesting.
I saw a crazy rumor that said he might be playing Henry Gyrick from the X-Men stuff, which I can't...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be kind of crazy, and to start, filtering in some mutant stuff, but who knows? They've given nothing as to who he's supposed to be in the MCU.
Wow. Yeah, the Henry Gyrick, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, especially if they made him, kind of cool. Like, I know he's an evil bad guy, but in the X-Men
Well,
shows,
he's like, the thing is that he's a guy who works for the government who doesn't want super powered people to run the world. So he's like an Amanda Waller.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I can definitely see him playing that role then.
Yeah, he's more like an Amanda Waller than he is like a villain, but the X-Men do have problems with him a lot. But like, so the Avengers and so do,
Okay. Well, then that makes it make a lot more sense to me then.
Yeah, he's a thorn in a lot of people's sides. We'll
Yeah,
just say that.
he usually is in a lot of movies. That
Yeah.
actor. Well, over with Deadpool and Wolverine news, it sounds like there's been a lot of rumors that X-23, the little girl that showed up at the end of the Logan movie, played by Daphne Keane, there's been a lot of rumors that she's going to show up in that movie. But the actress on social media just the other day said, I would love that so much, but unfortunately, I am not in this. And there's been a lot of, red herrings before from a lot of actors in the Marvel universe. But as of right now, she's saying she's not in it. So it sounds like no X-23.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said too. Oh, okay. Did you see the new popcorn bucket that Ryan Reynolds posted about the other day?
No, what is it?
Okay, you know how the Dune bucket was pretty suggestive?
Yeah.
The popcorn bucket for Deadpool and Wolverine, it's kind of like that, but it's Wolverine's head and his mouth is the opening. It's pretty funny. You'll have to look it up.
That's awesome.
And at first I thought this has to be a joke, but no, it is the official popcorn bucket.
That's so funny.
One last thing about Deadpool and Wolverine. There was some news from Funko that they're going to be releasing a pop of Deadpool lying on a bed looking at a picture frame, and in the picture frame, he's looking at Wolverine.
Wow, that's funny.
Yes, that'll be hilarious. One final Marvel thing, and this is kind of over in the world of comic books. I won't get spoilery for people who haven't read it or anything, but Avengers Twilight just wrapped up that miniseries with issue number 6, and that is one of my most favorite things I've read in the past several years in comics. It was so good. It's a futuristic take. What if some bad stuff goes down? People start distrusting heroes. The government's trying to jump in there and, get all the trust and control heroes. They have new heroes, but they're controlled by the government. Blah, blah, blah. Some bad stuff's going down. Captain America says, yeah, not on my watch. He's no longer powered. So in this series, stuff happens. He's got to get those powers back. And anyway, it just wrapped up. Issue number 6 was the final issue. And it was so, so good. And I cannot recommend enough for people who like reading comics. Go read Avengers Twilight. They should all be out at your local comic book shop or Amazon or wherever. It's so good.
Right on.
Over with DC, there's not a lot of news, but a new trailer for that Suicide Squad Isekai. It's this anime movie. Well, the trailer just released a new full-length trailer for it. And, it always seems interesting when they try to add things into an anime style, but it actually looks really good.
Yeah, I could see that working really well that way.
Yeah, and although, big goofy characters like King Shark and those kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, character images just work well in the anime style, I think.
Yeah.
Over with Star Wars. So as of us recording right now, the Acolyte is being released today. As of you guys listening to this, you've probably already seen it, and I'm so pumped to watch it.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it too.
But yeah, make sure you head over to Disney Plus ASAP and watch Star Wars The Acolyte. Over with other things going on out there, fans of the Lord of the Rings franchise know that one thing that was missing from The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings movies was the character Tom Bombadil. He is a very standout character in the books, and he didn't show up in any of those movies.
Why didn't he?
I don't know. I think it was just a creative choice by Peter Jackson. I really don't know. But in this Rings of Power series, Season 2 is about to come out soon, and they just released no trailer yet, just a lot of images. And in one of the images, they have Tom Bombadil. So people who were, upset about that character being left out are finally going to get to see him on screen.
Okay.
Over with Disney and Pixar, it sounds like a new Incredibles and Finding Nemo sequel are both in the works, as well as a new Inside Out TV series coming to Disney Plus.
Oh, that's exciting.
Fans of the It movies with Bill Skarsgård playing Pennywise. Well, this Welcome to Derry prequel series is coming out, and they just announced that Bill Skarsgård will be reprising his role as Pennywise in this TV series.
Ooh, that's super exciting.
Yeah, he did a really good job as that character.
Yeah.
Oh, back when Transformers Rise of the Beasts came out and they had that post-credits scene at the end where we find out that G.I. Joe exists in that world, and we recently got confirmed that the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover is in the works. Well, I just read recently that Chris Hemsworth is likely going to be playing one of the lead roles in that movie, so that's kind of cool.
That is cool. So I'm assuming, didn't he say he was going to quit acting because of his condition? But I guess he isn't quitting acting.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember reading that too.
Okay. Well, I'm not upset about it.
Yeah. The Umbrella Academy, they're about to have their 4th and final season, and that's going to premiere on Netflix on August 8th. And they just released a teaser this week. Not a big full-blown trailer, but a teaser. And I really like that show, so I cannot wait to see how they wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start from the beginning. It's because it's just been so long.
You guys know me. Throw in some time travel, and I am sold.
Absolutely.
We've discussed a little bit in the past, I don't know, years at this point, that a He-Man Masters of the Universe live-action movie is coming at some point. Well, they actually just announced who they've casted as their He-Man, and it's this young actor, Nicholas Galitzine. I don't really know much about this guy. He's kind of a new, young, up-and-comer. I know he was recently in this movie, The Idea of You, with Anne Hathaway. It came out on Prime, I think. And when I looked at his IMDb, it's a lot of kind of teenage-looking stuff that my oldest kid would probably like. But anyway, the fact that they've cast He-Man means, I guess, it's coming, and I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah.
That'll be a cool thing to see live action. I know we've always got that movie from, what was it, the late 80s, early 90s, but
Yeah.
it'll be cool to see it with some modern work put into it.
Yes, and maybe a little bit more earnestness put into it.
Yes. And the final thing I got on the list today is there is a prequel movie to The Mummy coming out, and not that newer one that had Tom Cruise, but the actual Brendan Fraser Mummy movies. There's about to be a prequel come out, and that's going to be fun.
I wonder if he'll be in it.
I don't know, because he was pretty young when those came out, and this is supposed to take place before those.
Yeah, he probably won't be.
Yeah, unless it starts with like an older him and we get a flashback. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I liked those movies. They're kind of campy and goofy, and the graphics were
Oh,
definitely...
I love those movies. I
dated.
think they're amazing. Well, the first two anyway.
Yeah, and then when
The
they did
third one's just okay.
then they did the Scorpion King with The Rock.
Yeah.
It's funny when you go back and Google those CGI scenes. They are so dated to that time.
Oh, for sure. They're really bad.
It's also funny, though, at the time when we see that stuff, we're like, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And then now technology is so crazy, it's just kind of funny to go back and look at it.
Absolutely, it is. Like Unreal Engine and stuff like that. It's just like that stuff back then is so ridiculous.
Yeah. But that's really all the news for this week. There's not a ton going on. I know later this month, Kansas City has its big Collecticon convention on June 22nd and 23rd down at the Bartle Hall Convention Center, same place that Planet Comic Con takes place. I'm kind of excited about that for a lot of reasons, but one of them being that Chuck Norris is going to be there.
Who's the musical guest this year?
Tech Nine is going to be doing a concert too.
Yeah, I'll probably go just for that.
Yeah. And it's on my birthday. I can't think of a better way to spend my birthday than at a Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, look into that, you guys, and I hope everyone's doing awesome, having a great beginning to your summer. But as for us here at the Taylorverse, I've been Billy Taylor.
And I'm Taylor Oxner.
And come back next week. Same Taylor time, same Taylor channel.
Bye.
Bye.